Long ago, in the middle of a deep forest, there was a small village called Darwin. The houses were made of stone. The wells were always full of fresh water, and the fields were rich with crops. For many years, the villagers lived happily. But then something strange happened. One night, without warning, every single person left. When travelers came, they found the village empty. The doors were still open, food was still on the tables, and fires were still burning. No one knew where the people had gone. Years passed, and Darwin became known as the abandoned village. People avoided it, whispering that it was cursed. One day, a brave girl named Clara decided to explore the village. She was adventurous and always curious about mysteries. Carrying a lantern, a notebook, and some bread, she walked into the empty streets. The air was strangely quiet, and she felt as though the village was waiting for her. Clara entered one of the houses. Dust covered the furniture, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. But everything looked as if the family had just stepped out. She wrote in her notebook, "It feels like time has stopped here." As she explored further, she noticed a symbol, carved into many doors, a circle with a star inside. It looked old and mysterious. Clara traced the carving with her finger, wondering what it meant. Suddenly, she heard a faint sound, almost like whispering. She followed it to the old well in the center of the village. When she leaned over, she saw that the water glowed faintly in the dark. Curious but cautious, she dropped a small stone inside. The ripples spread, and then, in a flash of light, Clara was pulled down into the well. Instead of falling, she found herself standing in a hidden underground chamber. The walls were covered with glowing crystals, and in the middle was a huge stone tablet. On it was written, "The village sleeps until the curse is broken." Clara's heart raced. She realized the villagers had not left. They had been trapped by some magic. She searched the chamber and found an old book lying on a pedestal. The book explained everything. Long ago, the people of Darwin had angered a jealous sorcerer. He cursed them, trapping their souls in an endless sleep beneath the village. The star symbol carved on the doors was a mark of protection, but it had not been strong enough to stop the curse. The book also spoke of a key, your pure heart, who entered the village without fear, could awaken the people. Clara wondered if that person could be her. Taking a deep breath, she placed her hands on the stone tablet and whispered, "I am not afraid. Please, wake up." The crystals around her glowed brighter, and the chamber shook. For a moment, Clara thought she had failed. But then she heard voices. When she climbed back up the well, she gasped. The village was alive again. Children ran through the streets. Women baked bread, and men repaired houses. The people looked confused, but joyful, as if waking from a long dream. They thanked Clara, telling her that she had broken the curse. The village chief explained. The sorcerer's spell was strong, but it could only last until someone with courage and kindness came to us. You have freed us, brave child. Clara spent the whole day learning about their old traditions, their songs, and their history. At night, the villagers held a feast in her honor. They lit lanterns, sang songs of gratitude, and promised that Darwin would never be forgotten again. When it was time to leave, Clara felt both happy and sad. She had solved the mystery and discovered the secret of the abandoned village. But she also knew her adventure was ending. Before she left, the chief gave her a small pendant, shaped like the star symbol. "This will remind you of your courage," he said. Clara returned home, her notebook filled with stories, and her heart full of wonder. She knew she had witnessed something magical, something no one else in the outside world would ever believe. From that day on, whenever people spoke of the abandoned village, Clara would smile quietly. She alone knew the truth. The village had not been abandoned at all. It had simply been waiting for someone to discover its secret.